Hello everyone. Welcome to the quick introduction of reading comprehension. Now, reading comprehension is by far the most important element of your entire verbal preparation. You can skip anything, but you can't skip reading comprehension. And a testimony to this fact is that each year in all these exams, be it an MBA entrance or a banking exams or an SSC, the amount of questions that comes from this area amounts to around 50 to 60% of the whole paper. And that, as a staggering fact, should tell you how important this area has become. Now, there are two things to this. One, there is a good thing to reading comprehension, the other is the bad thing. Let's start with the good thing first. Now, the good thing is we have seen these questions, we have done these questions. If you remember in from our school days when we were in junior classes, we used to do unseen passages, reference to context questions, reading comprehension. So reading comprehension as a concept, as a point of test, is not new to us. We have seen these kind of questions, we have solved these kind of questions, but what has made it so different and a pivotal point to test the comprehension is the paradigm shift that reading comprehension as a concept has taken. Gone are the days that you used to do direct questions, where you go back to the passage, skim through the sentences, and get your answer. Today, reading comprehensions are more inference based. The focus is on structure, the focus is on the thought. You have to assess the tone of the passage, you have to assess the style of the passage. It becomes pivotal to understand the central idea of the passage. So now reading comprehension is equal to critical reasoning. And if you have seen the introduction of critical reasoning, we have said that we are breaking elements of any logical system, and that's what reading comprehension has become over the years. Reading comprehension has become so important for every test perspective that now people are checking RCs as a tool to measure how much do you understand, how fast do you understand, and how can you relate between these elements in the given passage. So all in all, this reading comprehension series is absolutely pivotal, as you would have realized by now. And I request you to go through all concept videos after this and only then approach the questions. From a coverage perspective, we have covered everything, right from what's an RC, what kind of questions are there, how to approach those questions, what are the different traps that you should be avoiding, and what are the general level of understanding that's needed to do these questions. I am very confident that after the end of this course, you should be able to get and be extremely familiar with these type of questions, and also you will have good understanding of how to solve these questions in a real-time scenario. Now, another thing which I want to point out in this intro video is also the fact that there's one thing which makes this area absolutely difficult. I'll not say difficult, but slightly more challenging than other areas, and that's the coverage from which these RCs are going to come. Since there is no single area, like it can come from business, it can come from science, it can come from literature, music, philosophy, humanities, social science. So the list is endless. So when the list is endless and you can have the plethora as this vast, the conceptualization and the understanding of each of these RCs will become a challenge as we move on. So even before we start off the topics, I want to request you one thing. If you really want to ace this test, get into the habit of reading. Not just reading your day-to-day stuff. Read anything under the sun. I'm not saying directly start with reading the newspaper and read their editorials. If you can do that, fantastic. If you can't, start with anything that you find. Start with small novels, books, newspapers, journals, online content. The more varied content you read, higher are your chances of comprehending and understanding RCs to the greatest extent. I hope this introduction has given you a good understanding of what's in store in the upcoming lectures. Hope to see you soon, and thank you for your time.